That's what we put on our hustle board there, is what is something you love to see. You want to get a dozen or so of those every game if you can. Waunakee can chalk that one up, see if they take advantage of it this end on this possession. Merrill's in a 2-3 zone, which isn't a bad move. Waunakee's shooting statistics this year, and they admit it, they're not that great of a shooting team. And they're still 25-1.
Jumper off the mark there, but Waunakee able to clear the rebound. That's the younger Molly, Ross Molly, the cousin of Austin.
That's Waunakee's 4th offensive rebound in the last 2 offensive possessions, so they've turned the tide a little bit.
And Tagarelli's putting together a nice first half. Back comes Merrill, down just 6. 3:15 left to go in the second quarter. The Jespersons swing it to each other, and David Jesperson off the mark with the 3-ball. Waunakee heading back down, looking to add to their lead.
And I just saw his brother there, Paul, tell him, don't worry about it, David, just get back and play defense. That's good teammates, and that's better brotherhood there.
You don't want guys that can shoot the ball suddenly questioning themselves.
No. Not at this time of the year.
Easy to do, though. Big stage like this, you have a miss off the bat, and you need somebody, I guess, giving you that pep talk to keep putting them up there.
That's a good sign when those kind of shots go in. That makes you feel pretty good about how the rest of the game might go.
Ross Molly getting the bounce. Jesperson tries to answer, taking it right to the rack, but off the mark again, and here comes Waunakee up 9, looking to make it double digits with 2:20 left in the half. There he is again, Joe Tagarelli. It's an 11-point game.
It's 8 points off the bench for Tagarelli. Tags, as they call him.
Here is Merrill attacking Matt Waller, getting down low, creating a little bit of contact and putting it home to get it back into single digits.
Might have got away with the charge there, but he finished, and that's what counts.
The confidence high for Waunakee right now. And a foul call. That's going to go against the Blue Jays, and Waunakee's going to get another look at it.
We're going to catch Wohler for driving the guy out of the basket, for backing him out of there. You can maintain position with him, but you can't back him out of there.
We've got a break on the floor. We'll take it as well. Here's a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. And welcome back to our statewide telecast of the WIAA basketball semifinals. This Division II game sees Waunakee up 29-20 on the Merrill Blue Jays with 1:42 to go in the first half.
What's been great to see so far is both teams seem very relaxed, very comfortable in the things they're trying to do and what they're doing. And the officials are letting them play for the most part here. But it doesn't seem like the big stage and everything that's at stake has bothered either of these teams so far.
They've handled it well, going to the 5 divisions this year. They didn't get any time on this court before their shoot-around this morning. It would have been acceptable if they maybe would have come out a little off kilter.
Merrill sticking in that 2-3. They're in a little bit of foul trouble. Waller, I think, stepped out with his 2nd foul there, so they made a change there.
Coach Soderberg said they've played more 2-3 this year, pretty much out of necessity when they're normally a man-to-man team. He feels they're at their best when they can play man. It made a big difference when they got back to that this season.
There again, Waunakee hitting the glass hard. Jared Soper picking up his 3rd offensive rebound and his 3rd offensive putback for Jacob Soper there. That's so important. It's just a backbreaker.
Jacob Soper and Joe Tagarelli teaming up to make even more weapons for this Warrior squad.
2 quick fouls for Waunakee here.
Checking in for Merrill, number 44, Sam Arneson.
Sam Arneson gets back onto the court, replacing Jared Wardall, a junior center for the Blue Jays. Has a big future. He's 6'9". Coach Soderberg expects big things out of him next year. Good genes on Wardall. His mom played at Purdue.
I remember that name. I had daughters play college sports.
You are familiar with the circuit. 3-pointer off the mark. Rebound underneath, though, and a foul on the play.
It'll be interesting to see at halftime the points off of offensive rebounds in this game at both ends. I bet both teams are in double figures with offensive rebounds, second chance points.
I think you're right on that, Coach. The 2011 WIAA Boys Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. We're here in the final minute of the first half of the Division II state semifinal. Merrill down 10 to Waunakee. Matt Waller at the line, trying to make it 9.
Matt Waller's doing a nice job on the line, a 53% shooter this year, going 3 out of 4. That's good for his team. See if Waunakee holds it for one here or not.
Jared Staggy takes his time bringing it up. They don't look like they're in too big of a hurry.
No, they don't. They might be setting up for a set play here too. But now at the end of the first quarter, they ran a little dribble entry to the wing and brought Murray off a double screen at the free throw line. We'll see if they mix it up this time.
Staggy attacks, dishes, ball knocked loose and tied up underneath.
That was a great catch by Molly too, because that was a tough pass for him to catch from Staggy.
Foul on the play. Waunakee will have it out of bounds with just under 22 seconds to go.
15 foul for Merrill, so they've been avoiding getting into that foul trouble situation that I'd mentioned before.
34. Alan Dreskin.
Jared Staggy, top of the key as the clock ticks down to the 10-second mark. Waunakee will have the last shot of the half, up 9. Here's Staggy checking the clock, decides to attack, takes it to the rim, tosses it up, not on the mark, and the ball lost out of bounds. It'll be Merrill with .3 to play, just time for a long heave, and they've got the guy to give the ball to. Paul Jesperson has already hit one of these this postseason.
It's got to be a tip in. It can't be a shot by rule.
Off the mark, and we are at halftime of the Division II semifinal. Waunakee takes a 31-22 lead over Merrill into the break. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back. It is halftime of the Division II state semifinal. Waunakee up 31-22 on Merrill. Coach Chris Sweatler, this half, strange. Both teams really good on their own offensive glass.
Well, yeah, you know, and we expected that out of Waunakee, and I know Merrill was worried about that happening, but then Merrill amped it up the first quarter, got a lot of second chance points, but they didn't keep Waunakee off the glass in the second quarter, which helped Waunakee build that lead. On the other hand, Waunakee shot the ball pretty well, at least early on, and that was probably a surprise to Merrill. So, you know, both teams, nobody's got anybody in foul trouble. My worry or concern if I'm Merrill is wearing down here in the second half and you know, keeping both Jesperson bodies fresh, etc. And for Waunakee, I think they just keep doing what they're doing. They look awful confident and awful strong out there.
They've looked really good as advertised so far. We will be back here courtside when the second half rolls around. For now, though, we're going to set it up top. Jake Zimmerman is standing by. Jake.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Hey, a very exciting game so far. We've had a lot of excitement, and joined by a very special guest right now, head coach Jerry Pettigrew of Cuba City, who's also the WBCA executive director. And coach, it's been fun so far, hasn't it?
Yes, it really has. It's been a nice tournament.
It's been a great tournament. One of the things about this year that's different, I'm sure everybody's noticed, is the switch to 5 divisions now here at the state basketball tournament. What is the reaction from the Coaches Association on this switch?
Well, personally, I like it a lot. And, I mean, you look at the fact, without the 5 divisions, would Waunakee Steuben been here? Would Little Chute have been here? Would Merrill have been here? Would Waunakee have been here? I think it's good when you've got new teams coming down, the excitement in the town. So overall, I think the reaction has been very positive.
How about for pressing issues for the future of basketball here in the state of Wisconsin?
Well, I think that one of the things the coaches would really like to see is the contact time in the summer. You know what I mean? Maybe extended a little bit. And there's a lot of proposals out there, but I think that that's a big issue with the coaches, seeing that contact time maybe extended in the summer.
And one of the things, too, basketball honors overall, that's a tough thing to choose, isn't it, when you're looking at the honors for basketball?
Yeah, we have a committee, and we'll announce tomorrow Mr. Basketball, which is the highest award that we give for the WBCA, and it's very difficult. And you're always, you know, as I said said before, there's always going to be controversy around it. You try to do your best job. I know we have Eli Krogan and a Hall of Fame committee that picks the choice, and they watch a lot of tape. But you're right, it is a tough choice.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You've been a longtime coach at Cuba City. You've really obviously enjoyed your time. We're going to see you coaching for some time here?
I go year by year. We were really young this year, and so, my wife says, well, you always say that you're really young, but I know that I am going to be back next year because I enjoyed it and my health is good, so, yeah, I will be back next year.
All right, that sounds very good, Coach. I know a lot of people are very happy to hear that. Again, the score right now is 31-22, Waunakee over Merrill right now here at the Kohl Center. We're going to take a look right now, actually, at how you can buy some DVDs here. If you want to remember some of these great memories, DVD copies of all 2011 WIA tournament games and other WI events, just order online from www.prepfilms.com. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. About $30 per copy, just under, plus shipping and handling, plus tax. They'll take Visa and MasterCard. Just one more way to remember all of the great memories here at the Kohl Center. Again, this Division II state matchup right now is a semifinal game, and we've got much more action coming up right now, so we'll send it back down courtside to Jason Geiser and Coach Weidler. Guys?
Jake Zimmerman, thank you very much, as well as to Coach Pettigrew. I had the honor of calling a game with Coach last night. Great to sit by a guy with that much experience and knowledge.
He's an icon. He's a legacy. He's got everything going. He's a tremendous person as well, besides being a tremendous coach.
Wonderful for him to be here with us. He's a small school guy. You're a little bit bigger school guy here in the Division II game. The first semifinal is halfway through with Waunakee on top of Merrill. Here's how we got there as we take a look at the first half highlights. Coach, Waunakee got off to a good start. Jared Staggy hitting the pull-up three.
Well, Coach McKenzie said he wanted to push tempo early. They did. Their first 3 possessions, they came down and took shots very early on, and it worked for him.
Joe Tagarelli right there, 2 of his 8. He had a great first half.
Tagarelli's up for the best 6-man award in the state if there was one. He continues to play well.
Merrill's got those Jesperson boys. That's David underneath. And then big brother Paul loading up the cannon from 3-point range. The Virginia signee with 11 points to lead the Blue Jays.
He does have a complete game. He can shoot it from the outside. He can rebound. He can pass it. And there again, another 2 of Waunakee's points off the offensive rebound side.
That really was the key. And boy, he said you get a shooter's roll like that, you just know things are going right.
Those kind of baskets really help.
Strong take to the rack here by Matt Waller for the Blue Jays, kind of keeping them in that 9-point range there, and then just more off the offensive glass for Waunakee. Jacob Silver with 2 of his 6 points right there. Waunakee doing a really good job getting help off their bench. 13-2, they lead the bench scoring right there, and you see they're perfect from the free throw line. Anything else stick out to you there, Coach?
Well, just the fact that Waunakee's got to be happy with how well they've shot the ball so far. They're, when you add them both up, you got 16 out of 35 there, which is going to put them about 44%. And for the season, they're only 41%, so they got to be happy with that. Shooting on baskets they're not familiar with. As far as other stats that stand out there, you got to take a look at second chance points. Waunakee's really amped up the second chance points in the second quarter, and Merrill's going to have to be leery of that and knock that off and keep Waunakee off the boards better in the second half.
We take a look at your leading scorers. Paul Jesperson leads everybody with 11, but a well-rounded effort from the Warriors in that first half. They're paced by their 6th man, Joe Tagarelli, with 8 points. A clean played first half of ball, it seemed like. We mentioned neither team came out very nervous, and when we come back, we're going to have second half action. See if it keeps up. Waunakee, a 9-point edge at halftime over Merrill. We've got a message now from your statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to the Kohl Center. We are ready to start the second half of the Division II state semifinal. Waunakee enters with a 9-point edge on Merrill to begin play. Head coach Chris Weidler from Madison Edgewood joining me, Jason Geiser, on the call. Waunakee looking like a team that lost just 1 game all year and no games against in-state competition.
Very confident group of kids, and again, you would expect that out of seniors. Let's see how Merrill can handle the second half. Let's see if they get worn down at all. And let's see if, I can't imagine there's going to be many adjustments made here. Nobody's got any foul trouble to speak of, so let them play and let's see how it goes.
The only blemish on Waunakee's record this year came to Minneapolis De La Salle, who head coach Dana McKenzie said is one of the best teams they've ever played, and they were right with them on the home court of Waunakee, a 6-point loss.
Well, and Coach McKenzie said that if there can be a turning point, a 25-1 season, that was a little bit of one, because it really got their kids believing they are a really good basketball team. Even though they still lost by 7 or whatever it was, it helped them really believe they're going to be pretty good. That's a good start for Merrill, second half.
Important to get David Jesperson hitting those jumpers. His confidence looks like it's doing just fine, and Merrill now within 7.
I think it's outstanding confidence and body language he's shown for a sophomore here today.
I was just going to say, such a young guy to be on this stage. An answer at the Waunakee end, though, and the lead is back up to 9 thanks to Austin Molly.
Well, again, when you see him make a post move and you see the ball leave his hand, you're thinking, no way. But again, he just does it with so much confidence, and he's so athletic.
Merrill pushing the pace there, and a nice pass from Kyle Andreska to Matt Waller. It's 33-26. Warriors from Waunakee still on top.
Well, Merrill gets an easy basket that way, but you got to wonder if that's going to wear him down as the game goes on.
Real nice post move by Jacob Soper there. Shot off the mark, though, and here comes Merrill pushing it back down with Paul Jesperson. Paul to David. David for 3, and Merrill gets within 33-29, the closest they've been since pretty early in the first half, Coach.
Well, you know, it's got to feel pretty good. You got two brothers, 6'7" on your team, but then here's what Waunakee does, is nothing rattled them. They come back and just bury a 3 right back in your face.
Immediate answer from Jared Staggy, the senior point guard playing his 3rd year on varsity for the Warriors.
Like I said in the beginning, him and Murray have been a part of a 67-7 record during their high school careers, and you add that up, I mean, 67 wins in 3 years. And then they played a little bit as freshmen there as well, too. So.
And those families, both of those young men had brothers on the earlier teams 5 years ago that were part of starting this tradition of 5 straight conference championships for the Warriors. The Murrays and the Staggies have been part of every single one of them.
Very proud of the fact that they've won 5 in a row, and very proud of the fact that they have all the 8 years that Dana's been there, Coach McKenzie's been there. He feels proud of everybody that's been there, and they feel they've all had a hand in helping this team get to where they are today.
Austin Molly gets a finger on that and tips it away. Merrill keeps possession. This one also tipped and will again stay with the Blue Jays. Tough sometimes to create a culture of basketball at a school that's had so much success in any other sport. For Waunakee, it was football.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. To me, I think it goes hand in hand, because you got to have athletes to run both, and it just, I think it's a great situation for you. But you're right, in some circumstances, the community gives up on everything else as long as their football team is good.
Nice look from Jesperson there to Kyle Andreska, who lays it in, and Merrill now back within 5.
Merrill's doing a nice job on their offense, getting everybody involved.
Every time, Waunakee with an answer. That's Zach Hoagland hitting the pull-up. The 6'1 senior makes it a 38-31 game in favor of the Warriors.
That's Zach's game, too. That's actually what his strength is taking a couple dribbles towards the middle and seeing where you get out of it, and that time he happened to finish.
Zach Hoagland likely to play some football at the next level. He's a middle linebacker, honorable mention All-State, undecided on his college at this time. Here's Jesperson to Arneson. Arneson bowls his way to the hoop, puts it up, but a charge called. The ball's going to be turned over to Waunakee. We get a closer look. Arneson puts his head down, puts that shoulder into the defender.
Well, he did, you know, and that's, again, one of those bang-bang plays that can go either way. Didn't seem like Coach Soderberg was too upset with that call. Hoagland, you know, he could have let it go. He could have called it the other way, but they decided to call the charge there.
Kurt Soderberg in his 4th year leading the Merrill Blue Jays, has his background in small college basketball, and of course his brother Brad is a college coach as well. He coached here at Wisconsin for a year as the interim boss.
Well, Steggy's heating up, and it's no surprise. He's shooting over 42% from 3 ball all year long. He hit 5 threes in the regional finals against Monona Grove, so he can do it.
Merrill now down 10 and turning the ball over. Waunakee, nobody in the way there. Driving is Joe Tagarelli. He misses, but is fouled, and will get a chance to earn him from the line.
Falls on number 44, Sam Arneson, his third, team's third.
They just have so many weapons, you know. First it's Hoagland, then it's Staggy, then Murray with, Molly with the jump hook. Now you got Tagarelli attacking the basket. That just, adds up to being a really good, sound basketball team.
Recording it for Merrill, number 24, Matt Kissel.
Coach, I have to wonder, as it's 42-31 here early in the third quarter, if this game's getting a little high scoring for where the Blue Jays would like it. They allowed 57 points per game or more in each of their 11 losses this year. In games where they gave up 50, 2-8. A team that definitely likes to keep the score down a little lower than that.
No, and I agree with that, and it's definitely a pace that Waunakee's loving right now. They can get up into the 70s and 80s with the best of them, but they've also shown they can grind it out. So by Merrill, like I said at halftime, it might have been off the air. I said I wonder if Merrill wanted to take a little more time on the offensive end.
People may wonder how a team with 11 losses ends up in the state finals. Merrill, much like Waunakee, used to playing those Division I schedules. They play in a primarily Division I conference. Really good competition on both sides of the schedule here. We have a timeout on the floor, and we're going to take it as well. Here's a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. As we bring you back inside the Kohl Center, Waunakee with a 43-33 third quarter lead in the Division II state semifinal. A 10-point lead for the Warriors. Coach, they've had some double-digit success in these playoffs. All of their tournament wins by 15 points or more. Not a lot of teams hanging with the Warriors this year.
No, we lost to them by 13 about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But let's give Coach Soderberg and the Blue Jays some credit here and put some confidence in them. Coach Soderberg coached at Marquette, and in 1999, he's got a WISA state championship. So he knows what it takes to be on the big stage and knows what it takes to get it done. So let's see if he can pull it out of his Blue Jays here in the last 11 minutes here and hang tough with the Warriors.
His team will start out on the defensive here. Waunakee working the perimeter.
Nice defense there by Jesperson.
Stepping up is Bo Murray, off the mark. Sam Arneson clears it, and here comes Merrill with a chance to get it back to single digits.
Well, Bo Murray hasn't found it yet, but the good thing is all his teammates have. I mean, Bo's their leading scorer on the season this year, averaging just under 12 points a game, but he's only got 2 points today, and his team's got a 10-point lead once again. That just shows you the strength of Waunakee.
We talked about the game being a little high scoring for these Blue Jays. Liking 43 points allowed today, the most in their last 6 games. Defense, defense, defense. Here comes Waunakee, and Merrill turned it over there. They'll try to get one of their own at this end. Pull-up jumper on the way from Dorscheid, and an offensive foul called underneath. Looks like that one's going to go against Austin Molly.
Calling for being too aggressive on the back there.
Checking in for Waunakee, number 2, Jared Staggy.
Staggy, the floor general, back into the game for Waunakee. Jesperson running the show as he normally will for the Blue Jays. This is Arneson back over to Jesperson.
Waunakee will back up into a 3/4 diamond press now.
Almost works out. Merrill is able to get it across, and now Jesperson from the top of the key.
Hand check on Staggy.
Jesperson gets moving like that. Sometimes you don't have any choice.
Yeah, that's okay. It's still only his first and team second, so.
Well, you are right. Low foul count on both sides today. It's been a really clean ball game.
Yeah, and for the most part, even some of the fouls they called were a couple of nickel dimers that they might not have needed to call, and we could even have less fouls called. So both teams, that's a credit to both teams and their clean playing on defense.
They're all nickel dimers for a head coach, aren't they?
Oh, not true. There are some. In fact, sometimes you'd like to see a few more harder ones there.
From the corner is Molly off the mark, but the rebound by Soper back up. He can't hit either, and Waunakee, though, chasing after the loose ball and coming up with it. Now Soper attacks the rim, but takes one too many steps.
Called a double dribble, I believe. I think the ball might have got hit out of his hands. I'm not sure where that call came from.
Checking in for Merrill, number
Either way,
12,
Merrill gets the ball back. They check David Jesperson back into the game. Kyle Andruska takes a seat. Arneson inbounds to Jesperson, Paul Jesperson. Because here is a little bit of that full court.
And it's just a version off the full court diamond. They just back it up 3/4 and then just kind of roll back with the offense as they come down the court and not give up any easy layups.
Waunakee coach Dana McKenzie said if he has his way, they'll make it an 84-foot and now 94-foot ball game. He can play 10 guys. He's got the horses to do it.
Yes, he does. And they've been able to put that system in there 7 or 8 years ago. And when you get 8 or 9, 10 guys that can play it, it just makes it that much more effective.
Still a 10-point game. Seems like we've been stuck on 43-33 for a while now. Merrill will try to change that. Here's David Jesperson as Paul cuts to the rim. Doesn't go to him. Arneson with the ball out top.
Looked like they were trying to set up a little lob play there.
Jesperson fires from 3 off the mark, and here comes Waunakee. Good look for Zach Hoagland. He can't hit. We are still stuck in the 10-point game. A foul on the rebound. Going to come down Merrill way.
Kind of in a little bit of rut here for both teams. I really feel like the last couple of minutes is the most tentativeness we've seen from the whole game.
I'm right there with you. I was trying to search for a reason for that. Any ideas on your part? It seems like if you're going to start slow, you'd start the first half slow.
Well, fatigue would be one of the obvious answers. In Waunakee's case, maybe they think they want to start milking a little bit, but I don't really believe that. It's still too early to go. But it seems like the aggressiveness on both the offense and defensive end is taking a step backwards.
And Merrill doesn't run a lot of guys through. They don't go very deep on the bench. Here they are in their half court. David Jesperson, who's had a good start to his half, off the mark with that 3, but Arneson able to get the rebound. He goes back up. It's partially blocked by Molly, and a foul called on the play.
That's the way to crack.
You see the good work from Sam Arneson here. He didn't have position, but he just fought for that board.
Yeah, Arneson did a good job of getting his hands on the ball. Might have got away with an over the back, but I think that foul